Haven't been down here in years, but this is McLaren Avenue approaching Foster Drive, and wow, this is the dead end of Foster, where at one time was a throughway. Apparently was old Tollendal Rd. It's interesting, this property is for sale. I can remember a time when a very spooky old house sat back here and trees have overgrown. This is interesting. I want to walk back here and see what remains there are. But this would have been, way back in the day, this would have been Tollendal. Even the road is overgrown, but you can see that there once was a road here. And that lot is empty. I can't even see any of the foundation of the building that used to be on it. Still a portion of road back here, but it's largely path. And this is the dead end. So at one time, from what I understand, is that there was a bridge, and that bridge went over those tracks into the other side and connected with Tollendal Road there. And the whole portion of it at one time was called Tollendal. It's just remarkable how much all of this is overgrown. I grew up here in the 80s and it was nowhere near as overgrown as it is now. I see no remnants of the bridge. There's this old metal and rock down there. I don't know if that maybe was, well, it just looks like rock. I thought maybe there was foundation. But yeah, at one time the road went all the way back here because there was still a home here, and this rail was put up probably in the 60s, and the bridge would have gone across there. Fascinating. Fascinating how much time can go by. You wouldn't even have thought that there was a road back here, let alone a bridge that connected it to the other side. Thunder Bridge, from what I'm told. Now, one time there was a dead end sign there. Nothing now. Very fascinating. So it looks as though just to the left of the dead end area here at Foster, previously Highland, previously Tollendal, we have some concrete. And I can't say for certain, but just judging by that, there's a lot of concrete here. My inclination would be to say that that was once part of the foundation of Thunder Bridge, which would have gone directly across the street. You can see Hurst Drive that goes there now, but that car coming up, that's Tollendal Mill Road, and this bridge would have bridged over the tracks with a bunch of loose wooden planks, which is why it got its name, Thunder Bridge, and taken traffic over to the other side. This would have been the early 60s and previous to that. I don't see any remnants of a foundation across the rails, but who knows what's under all that brush and tree. Probably has been overgrown. There could be concrete in the ground still there. But certainly there's concrete here, and I would guess that that was once part of the bridge foundation. Also pieces of it down the hill here. And that's pretty much all that remains, along with this this wire. Pretty much that all that remains from Thunder Bridge from back in the day. It's been better part of 50 years. That's all that exists. And apparently that's a beautiful path that goes all the way back to Little Avenue back there. It's been developed by folks walking back here. It used to be a farmhouse. Back there I can't even see the foundation because of how much it's overgrown. Judging by the power lines, the entrance, the driveway was probably right around here. And there's just nothing left. Really remarkable. Even the ground here, you can see part of the road. So much is overgrown. Like, this used to be completely paved right up until that little metal partition. And it's all gone. Nature has had its way. Power line here goes down there. Would have brought power to the house. And then the remaining pavement kind of widens up here. Met a lovely woman who lives on the corner here. Her name's Heidi. She's been here 33 years, which is my age. So she moved into this place in 1981. Just remarkable. And apparently the property is for sale. By Nick Hinn. Looking down the road, that's what Foster Drive looks like today. Really hasn't changed a whole lot. They've never really done a repave down here. And from what I understand from Heidi, all these houses at one time were cottages. It wasn't part of a bigger development. And then of course there's McLaren going up to Merritt. And from Heidi's recollection, this was always called McLaren here, even though it's Highland Park up the road on the left. But Foster used to be called Highland Crescent, but they changed that name probably after it was annexed by Barrie. And she tells a different story than what I've heard. She apparently was aware that there was a fire on Highland Crescent in Barrie once this area had been annexed to Barrie, and they came here instead of where the fire was. And at that point they decided to name the street after Helen Foster, who had a house at the end of the street for many, many years, to avoid the confusion. So they're between the two street names because there were two streets in Barrie with Highland in the name. But there you have it. That's where Thunder Bridge used to be, right back there.